Okay, folks, this is Neil along with Herbie from I Will Always Love Video Games. We're going to try to
Howdy.
make this pretty quick. We've had some people ask us what our thoughts are on this whole the YouTube promotion with Microsoft and Machinima, where you are getting paid to basically not say anything bad about the Xbox One or any Microsoft product, and where it stands on a morality scale. There seems to be varying views on this, and Herbie and I already we pretty much agree on where we stand with this. Basically, the way I feel about it, and I think the way Herbie also feels about it, is if you are a promoter, if you are marketing something, and that is your job, you are a promoter, and your company offers you money in order to say good things about their product, and your job is to promote that product, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what marketing is. Agreed, Herbie?
You basically become another Major Nelson.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a spokesman.
That's practically it. You become a Major Nelson.
Which is fine if that's what your intention is. However, the reason people are getting up in arms about this is also happening to reviewers. There's a world of difference between a marketing personality or a promoter and a reviewer. A reviewer is supposed to take in information on a product or a company and give their honest, unbiased opinion to their viewers in order to give the consumer a well-informed idea of the product that they are reviewing. Once you accept money, this is as plain and simple as it gets. Once you accept money from any company to say anything positive about that product, regardless of your own personal feelings on that product, you are no longer a reviewer. You are a promoter. Period. Once money exchanges hands, your credibility comes into question. For any review you do from that point on. Go ahead, Herbie.
Well, and not only that, everyone's just saying it's a matter of selling out. No, it's not selling out at all. It's bribery.
Yeah.
Down to the line. That is exactly what it is. It's bribery.
Yep.
If you are being paid not to say anything negative, it's bribery.
Mm-hmm.
No,
yeah.
Not selling out, bribery, hands down.
Selling out, yeah. BrokenGamezHD, which I have some choice words for him too in a bit. He keeps going on about the selling out aspect, selling out, calling people a sellout and all this. The term sellout has absolutely nothing to do with this discussion whatsoever. Like I said, if you're being paid by a company to promote an item and just promote it, not give personal opinion, just promote it, you're a promoter. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if you are...
good on you. If you get a job with Microsoft, good on you.
Yeah,
awesome.
I would take an $80K a year job with Microsoft to promote items. I wouldn't review them.
Who wouldn't?
I just wouldn't review them. I'd promote them. I'd say, hey, well, I work for Microsoft and here's their product. But as soon as you start reviewing things and your job is, it's a journalistic job. You're reviewing something and you're supposed to have an unbiased opinion. Once you start taking money to sway that opinion, you have no credibility after that. None whatsoever. And this is the problem I have recently with BrokenGamezHD on YouTube. I've been following him for a while. I enjoyed his videos, but he's made now 3 videos about this situation. And it's bad enough that he started calling his own subscribers crybabies and that they have a poor person's mentality and so on and so forth. That's very bad on him, but he seems to think this has something to do with fanboyism. Like, if it wasn't Microsoft doing it, if it was another company doing it, it'd be a different situation and whatever. It's not. EA, it's actually just come out that EA's been doing the same thing. They offer like $10 to a person who to promote Battlefield 4, and they can get, I think it's like $10 for every 1,000 views, and you can only do it for up to 3 videos, so it's limited. So it's not just one company doing this. And then he tries to say, and other people try to say, oh, well, this is just marketing. It's called stealth marketing. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not when a reviewer is involved. Not when a reviewer is involved. If all you're doing is promoting, you're fine. If you're reviewing a product, that's where the line is drawn. Total Biscuit made a great video. I'm terrible with words. It's not even noon right now. Total Biscuit has a great video explaining this and the murkiness, the difference between these two things. And I don't know why. I don't know why Broken Games HD is acting the way he's acting about this. And,
money.
Yeah,
money.
Money.
It's money. That's exactly what it is. It's down to money.
I mean,
that's it.
He in his podcast he tried to say, I don't understand what the big deal is because, you know, I'm an independent person and you know, I'm doing all this on my own. Yeah, well, man, if you're going to start taking money to promote shit, then you're not independent anymore. It's as simple as that. You're not independent anymore. If someone's paying you to promote or review shit, you're not independent. You're getting independent means you're paying everything all the time. As soon as you get money from any entity for creating content on YouTube, you're no longer independent. I mean, as much flack as I give, like, you know, Rich from Review Tech USA, I mean, I like his channel and I agree and disagree with him. At least if he gets a product from somebody, like he got Saints Row 4 from Gamersgate, he flat out disclosed, you know, thanks to Gamersgate for giving me a copy of this game. And he played the game for use as footage, you know, for his news articles. But he didn't review it. He didn't review the game. So I give him credit for that. If he had reviewed the game and gave it a glowing review after telling everybody that it was given to him, even though I do enjoy the game, I really like Saints Row 4, it still would be like, is he saying it because they gave it to him and he's contractually obligated? You know, that's where the murkiness comes in. That's where the line is drawn. This channel, our channel, we've only been around since February of last year, 2013, and we only started putting content up in June because we're slow. And everything that we have on this channel, we paid for. We paid for it. We own the games. This microphone I'm using, I paid for. The computer I use to record, you know, and fraps and everything, I paid for. Everything we have, we paid for, so we are independently funded. And again, the way I stand on this is, if a company happens to stumble across the channel, or if we ask a company for a copy of a game, one of two things will happen. If we get a copy of a game from a company, and they say a contract is involved saying, well, if we give you this copy, you have to say positive things, I'm going to say no. I want to be allowed, as someone who reviews games, to give a fair review. If they say, yeah, we just want exposure, if you're just going to use it for news articles and shit and just talk about the game, go ahead, then I would definitely do it. Because then I can promote the product and not review it. You see the difference between the two?
If it comes down to they're giving it to you to review, that's where it becomes sketchy ground.
Well, that's why I said if they give you a copy to review and then they say there's in the contract, it's like you can do whatever you want, that's perfectly fine. But the instant they say, if we give you a review copy, you have to say something nice about it, then...
And another thing they have to think about is the impact that it'll have on their subscriber base. If all that they're going to be doing is promoting Microsoft products, you might as well just subscribe to the Xbox One YouTube channel.
At that point.
I mean, if they're just going to say, hey, come play Rise, Son of Rome, this year's greatest QuickTime event. No. Who wants to even sit through a video when they know there isn't going to be any controversy, there isn't going to be any honesty? It's just going to be them saying, hey, this is the greatest game since sliced bread on top of a peanut butter sandwich. No.
You're just watching a trailer with positive commentary. Yeah. That's
if I'm going to watch a review, I'm going to want to know the positives and the negatives.
Yep.
That way, if the negatives, like wonky controls, which is one of the number one things that I watch reviews for, because if I pick up a game, if I invest the $60 into this first run game, and it comes back and turns out that there's like day one patches, sprites not loading properly, sprites. Textures and whatnot not loading properly.
Welcome back to 1990.
I'm thinking old school gaming. Yeah. But if there's any problem with the game like that, I want to know. I mean, not saying it is a disservice to your subscriber base.
A good reviewer will let you know every aspect of a game, good and bad, and they won't allow money to sway their own personal opinion for their viewer.
Exactly. It's you got to know the ins and the outs of the game, and if any of that is excluded, then it's on them. They're the ones that are held responsible for their subscriber base. If their subscriber base picks up the game and the game is crappy, and he's like, "Well, why didn't you tell us?" And then immediately he has to explain himself in another video. I wanted to tell you, but I can't. Yeah. Or he probably won't even say anything at all.
You won't be able to if you sign that contract. Can't say anything negative. Can't disclose it, or else you won't make that green.
And if you dance around the issue, that's even worse. Because that just tells me that you've got money in your mouth. And if you spit any of that money out through negative comments or any kind of, even if you just dance around it.
And it's the same thing with BrokenGamezHD. I mean, it's... Now, when he does you copping it, when he does a review or first impressions, knowing that his opinion can be bought, I'm not going to trust it. So what's the point of me watching him now?
And in there lies the problem.
And there are people that are unsubbing, and they're saying they're unsubbing, and then he has the audacity to come out and leave. I don't know if you've seen the comments he's left. There are people that came on to his comments to his 3 most recent videos about this debacle, saying, "I'm sorry, man, but I'm unsubbing." And he comes back with this indignant, "That's fine, I can get more subscribers, I don't need you." What? Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you trying to damage control? And the funny thing is, if you listen to his podcast, he's with 4 other YouTubers, and they're all, like, at the beginning, they're all against him. They said, like, the first thing anyone else says in the video is, "Right away, man, you sound like you're doing damage control." And then Hard 8 comes in and he says, like, "Look, man, everybody knows that you're a Sony guy. And if everybody knows you're a big Sony guy, and you've been bashing on the Xbox One. And if you're all of a sudden going to say good shit about it, then yes, you're a sellout." I found it funny that he got a group of 4, fellow YouTubers that all basically went against him. And he had to try to sway them throughout the 26 minutes of the video. Because that's how I feel like all these other subscribers. If I find out, I don't care who you are, I don't care how big you are, I don't care if you're Angry Joe or anybody, if I find out that you're getting paid to say something good about a product that isn't good, or you don't agree with that it actually is good, how can I trust your reviews? All I'm going to watch are, like, your news blips. But I can't even trust the news blips. Because if you join this thing with Microsoft, Machinima, the deal, you can't say anything bad about Microsoft. So how can I even trust your news blurbs?
That's it. I can't even read a review online. And I have to take everything with a grain of salt. And like you said about Angry Joe, God forbid if he ever goes down that path, I will be heartbroken.
I don't know. The whole thing with Broken Games makes me very sad that he's lashing out at his fans and saying they have a poor person's mentality. BrokenGamezHD, I'm saying this to you right now. 3 words. You are wrong.
There's an old term that goes, slow dollar, fast nickel. If he has 100,000 subscribers, I'm not too sure how many subscribers he actually has, but just saying, if he has 100,000 subscribers without being involved with Microsoft, he's still making a decent amount of money. But if he loses those subscribers by turning them off, and he ends up with, let's say 50,000 subscribers after the exodus of his fans, is that Microsoft money going to equal the amount that he would have been making if he decided not to go with Microsoft?
Exactly.
I mean, really, it's a matter of not just journalistic integrity, but going with your gut. I mean, if you're going to be a corporate shill, and I'm not saying that anybody that would be going with Microsoft would be, but if you're going to be a mouthpiece for this large corporation, that's all that you've become. You've become a commercial.
And that's any
You've
corporation,
become exactly
by the way.
What I hit skip.
And that's any corporation, by the way, for you listeners. We're not just bashing Microsoft. If any company did this, it would be the same thing. If Sony or Nintendo came to you, it'd be the same thing.
I like Microsoft. I like Nintendo. I like Sony. I like them all equally. They put out very good products most of the time. But if you're going to pass on the negative, then what's the point? All you're doing is talking about how good the meal at the restaurant was, but you don't mention the fly you found in your food? I mean, yeah, the rest of the meal might be a great experience. The waitress was lovely, gave her a wonderful tip, and we had a lovely evening. But if you don't mention the lipstick on the glass, or the fact that your seat was kind of damp from when someone spilled water on it that was last there at the chair. But you see what I'm saying, though,
yeah.
Right? It's like,
every detail matters. Every little detail when you're reviewing matters. And getting back to that journalistic integrity thing, I have something else I need to say. I get really pissed off when people say anyone that's reviewing shit on YouTube, regardless of the product, whether it's a movie, a game, whatever, you're not a journalist. Yeah, you are. You may not have a little press pass and a little fedora. Your name may not be Jimmy Olsen. But you're a journalist. If your job is to look at a product, use that product, carefully examine that product, write down its pros and cons, and then share that information to the public to give them an informed decision on their purchase, you're a journalist. It doesn't matter if you're in a newspaper or a blogger or on YouTube. It doesn't matter if you're getting paid or if you're not getting paid. If your job is to look over something so other people can know whether it's worth their time and money, you are a journalist. So let's just cut that crap out too. I'm tired of hearing that shit also.
How many fingers can these corporations get into the pocket of YouTubers? I mean, first they went after copyright claims, this whole big wave of copyright claims to stop people from saying bad things about their content. And when people got smart and used their copyright claim, fair use, and all that stuff, and got most of their videos brought back up online, well, since that didn't work, let's try bribery. Mm-hmm. And they call it, what did you call it?
Stealth marketing.
What was
People call it stealth marketing.
Stealth marketing. Okay, if you have to do something in the shadows, it's not good. It's bad. If you have to do something behind closed doors, something ain't right. It's not a good thing.
Nope. My final thought on this is there is no term sellout. None. If you accept the money and you promote shit, you're a promoter. And if you're reviewing stuff, you're a reviewer. Until that money goes into your pocket, then you're no longer a reviewer. So until next time, this is Neil.
And Herbie.
And we will catch you next time here on I Will Always Love Video Games. Take care.